Testing microphone, testing microphone.
¿De tu Insta? De la gente de tu Insta, dices. Luego me cuentas. Luego me cuentas.
Testing. Testing.
Testing. Drivers is gonna be fun.
Testing microphone, testing microphone. Testing microphone, testing microphone. Testing microphone. Whoa. Final testing of microphone. Yeah, working. Hello everybody, welcome to Division 1, round 8 in Portugal. This is a track where we have 15 corners, 2 DRS zones, and from what we saw on Division 2, a lot of people will struggle today. Portugal is a complicated track. On qualifying, basically a lot of time limits we will see, invalidations because people don't stay on track, and during the race it's just that sometimes people spin. We will see that happening a lot today in turn 8, maybe turn 5 and turn 15. We are undergoing with the qualifying, and we have Brady. Brady was racing in Division 2 2 days ago, and he was very, very, very fast until he disconnected. But also his AI ended up winning the race. He's very good in mediums, which is what he's gonna try to put the first lap on. So let's stay with him, because I think we're gonna see a very good lap right now. In the track, you have to be very careful on corner 1, especially because you have to take the apex, but also you have to stay on track, like that. And now let's stay with him. And actually I was talking about Stubley, not Brady. So we start with mistakes. It's okay, we learn. Let's stay with Brady. Just for a second. Meanwhile, let's get ready to have all the information that we need to have for the race and also for qualifying. Okay, Brady sets the first time with 119.9. Metro Killing sets at 119.1. And Bag of Donuts just went for it and has a 117.57. Let's see what we can stay with right now. Let's see where Stolley is, because I'm really, really happy to see this guy racing again. His lap has been invalidated. Maybe he will start a new one in the same pair of tires. Meanwhile, Craig Plus is starting a lap. Good for him. Stubley, he just spawned. Three Gallegos is in an out lap. Let's come back with him later. Godfather also in an out lap, and he's just gonna start a lap. So let's see how he does. He's gonna go with mediums, and let's see how he performs this lap. Good corner. Yeah, time limit, track limits. He just hit track limits. That's the problem with corner one. Like, you might have a very good apex, and you might hit, you know, the turn really good, but then you need to also stay in track, and it's hard. It's complicated. Let's see who else is. Where's Chui? Chui is getting close to start his lap. I think I want to stay with him. Let's see Max starts. He's finishing a lap. He's starting a lap. And Max is somebody who is definitely a favorite. And a lot of traffic up in front of him. So I don't know if he will actually start a lap right now, or he's just going back to the pits. He's going back to the pits. So let's stay with Chui, because Chui is going to start a lap right now. And let's see how he does. Meanwhile, Tum has retired in 8th place. I think that will drop him to 11 or something like that. Chui is very careful on that first corner. Also here, also careful. I think he's just maybe doing like a lap, but also, you know, just making sure he has a lap on the board, and nothing crazy right now. That being said, he just set the fastest first sector. And on mediums, that's interesting. Very good upshift in that corner. That I think is turn 5. Here yeah, everything is good. Purple in sector 2 as well from Chui. So if we don't see anything crazy in this sector, he will be the fastest for now. So telemetry was saying that he was super fast in the first and the second sector, but the third sector maybe wasn't that good because he is in 7th, which I'm surprised based on being the fastest in the first 2 sectors. But you know, sometimes we don't have all the information that we would like to have. Let's see who else is getting ready for a lap. Right now, we have Palmer. Palmer is in an out lap. Let's stay with him for a lap. He did the first lap in mediums at 1:17.6. So most likely he will improve in this lap. And let's see how he does. Very good first corner, staying on track. Also good exit there. Also staying on track. Yes, he's staying on track. I think was very close to invalidate that lap, but he managed to stay on track. He goes fastest on the first sector. I think we all can agree that Palmer actually is a candidate for pole position. He probably got scared right now. There was another driver getting out of the way, kind of in the last minute, last second. But still good. He's still purple in sector 2. So now let's see this last sector, how he does and how he finishes his lap. This corner, like thing 14 and 15, are a bit complicated because you need to put the throttle in the right moment, in the right place. Did he? What? So interesting enough, Palmer decided to abort the lap. So maybe he's happy starting on mediums. I think that will be my only assumption of why he aborted a lap where he was purple in both first sectors. Or maybe he saw, that the improvement wasn't going to be enough for pole position and said, you know what, I'd rather start on mediums. Who else is starting a lap? Stubbly is just getting ready for a lap, so let's go with somebody else who might be. John, is John finishing a lap? No, John is starting a lap, I think. So let's stay with him. Very good first corner, staying on track. Here also good as well. And he goes fastest on the first sector. So I think John, because he set his first lap on softs, he will use this lap. To improve. Let's see how he does in this second sector. Also purple. So he is the fastest man on track right now in the first and second sector. And it seems like the third sector might be challenging for some drivers who probably in their setups they prefer to work in the first and second sector. And also aborts the lap. So this is very, very weird. I don't know, maybe he found that, the improvement wasn't going to be that good. Who else is right now doing a lap? I think Stubbly is doing a lap. I'm not so sure. Stubbly is the person that I was saying that was very good in Division 2 a couple of days ago alongside John Meth. So let's see how he does. I honestly don't know if he's doing a lap or just coming back to the pits. For now, fastest second sector. For a second I thought he was also going to pits, but he goes fastest. He goes fastest overall, and we have our provisional pole for Stubbly. And I think everybody's gonna try a new lap. Chui is gonna try a new lap in soft, and let's see how he does this. No, invalidate track. As I said, the first corner is very, very complicated. Like, you might have a good apex, you might take the good corner, but you also need to stay on track, and this is challenging, even for our very good drivers in Division 1. Okay, who else is right now trying to set a lap? Metro killing. I'm not trying a lap. I don't think he's trying a lap, but he's gonna start one. So let's see how he does. He didn't put DRS, so I don't know what's going on there. Meanwhile, John is doing an out lap, and he's gonna try to go for that pole position. So let's stay with him. Meanwhile, let's see. Brady is also doing an out lap. but I think Ernest went third. Interesting, very, very interesting. John is gonna give space for other drivers to pass, although I don't think they are on a lap. Metro Killing is using AI, so he's not on a lap, and the guy behind John is refusing to pass him. Okay, let's go with John. I think he's gonna get ready to start a lap. He has pretty close somebody. I don't know if it's Chewy. No, it's not Chewy. Maybe it's Crescent. Yeah, I think it's Crescent, the one that is just behind John. And John is saying, please pass me. And let's see how he does. Meanwhile, Chewy is trying another lap. I thought he was going to go to the pits, but no, he decided to give it a go once again. But let's stay with John first, because I think he has a pretty good chance to... No, invalidated. So let's quickly go and see how is Chewy doing. Invalidated track as well. So this is complicated for some people. Ernest is just waiting. Max is in pits. Stubbly doing an out lap. Where's Back? Is Back doing a lap? It might seem that way. So let's stay with him. Good exit from that corner. Honestly, I don't know if he's doing a lap, but if he is, I think the pace is good. Nope. Yeah, another tricky corner. Another tricky corner. That is corner number 8. Very, very tricky for some people. Stubbly is gonna try another lap to improve his 1:17.0. So let's see. Let's stay with Stubbly and see how he does this. Meanwhile, Back of Donuts has been disqualified. He will have to start from the back of the pack. And Stubbly, very good first corner, staying on track. Let's see how he does this first sector. Metro Killing needs to get out of the way. Well, he didn't set purple, but I think he just didn't improve himself. So, no problem there. Meanwhile, I think John is doing a lap. We will come back to John in a bit. I don't think this is a good lap for Stubbly, considering that he has pole already. Yeah, he was just a little bit ahead of his own time. Meanwhile, got Palmer, also gets the checker flag, so nothing changed there. John is not trying anything else. Crescent not trying anything. Godfather is not trying anything. So yeah, I think we have our grid. Also, Godfather was disqualified. Yeah, Crescent, I think, is just coming back to the pits. So yeah. So we have Stubley, our pole position. Alongside him in the first row we have Scott Palmer. Then we have John in the third position. I don't know about you guys, but I think this is gonna be a very, very good race. The people that we have up front is like very, very good. Interesting that Max is gonna start on 5th, but with mediums. So for strategy, I think he has a very good opportunity. Chewy is also starting on mediums, although I think he tried a couple of runs on softs and he was unable to stay on track. I think the first 9 people are like very, very good. So we will see probably a very nice fight in front. Let's see what we can see. Nothing. Okay. Then we will have a formation lap and then we will start the race. So back of donuts will start in the back of the pack, and right now he is our leader in this division. Max starts, it's only 4 points behind him. So today is a pretty good opportunity for Max, to be honest. To Max and maybe Scott Palmer. Scott Palmer can also, get in the mix of the first, 1 and 2 places and still fight for the championship. We have formation lap. Let's get ready for everything that we need to see. I'm very interested in intervals. Position change enabled. Lap data enabled and full track map. Okay. So the first corner on a race is very, very tricky because sometimes a lot of people don't leave the space. Some people who are in the outside, they wanna also attack the apex, and that might bring a couple of problems. I think in Division 2, in the first lap, we got a safety car. I wouldn't be surprised if we also get a safety car in the first lap, in the first corner. I really hope not, because I really want to have a very first clean lap. But we will see. I think also teammates Ernest and Max starting kind of in the same place, in the same area. Would be good to know if they might work together. Then the rest of the field is interesting. Back of donuts with a very interesting challenge from 14, maybe 14 to last challenge. Will be interesting to know. Godfather, also a very good driver, who got disqualified. So let's get ready. Let's get ready for Portugal Division 1. We have the predicted pit stop strategy, which nobody actually follows, but we will see what happens. And I think in the first 10 places it's only Chewy and Max who are starting on mediums. So let's see what happens. And here we go. We have the 5 lights and the race has begun. Very, very good exits, I think, from Scott Palmer. Scott Palmer is gonna go to the inside, and Stobly stays ahead. Very, very interesting that Stobly stays ahead because God Palmer had a very, very good start. But I think Stobly closed the door after the first corner. Pretty, pretty good. We have in the back some issues with Metro Killing, just going really, really fast, and Godfather as well. So I think Godfather got in a lot of positions. Pretty, pretty cool. Let's see how he's doing right now. Because he just went 5 positions in the first part of the race. So pretty good, pretty good. Ernest and Max also have very good starts. John didn't have the perfect start, but from what we have seen from John, he is very good in tire management. So maybe he is able to recover once we have DRS enabled. Although Max is pulling away, and I think Max is definitely one of the best drivers in the league. So it will be very fun to see how he's able to attack God Palmer and Stobly. Meanwhile, we have an overtake there from Ernest to God Palmer. They are staying pretty close, but Ernest gets the position. God Palmer, who had a very good start, seems that right now is struggling a bit, and he's gonna go for that. No, he backs out and he decides to fight another day, another time. Very good start from Ernest, very good start from Topox, very good start from Godfather. Meanwhile, John Mev, I think he gets a 5-second penalty maybe. We will see the penalties later, but he had to stop. So maybe he had a problem at the beginning of the race and he needs to replace his wing. Stobly is starting to build a gap, 1.5, and God Palmer is just pursuing Ernest. I don't think we have DRS enabled right now just yet, but God Palmer is getting pretty close. Meanwhile, Crescent and Chewy and Max are pretty close. Very, very interesting race. Meanwhile, Bag of Donuts is in 9th position. He scaled some positions at the beginning of the race in these first 2 laps. We have Brady following Top Box. I think this one is a good one that we need to see, because Brady is pretty close to Top Box. So we might see an overtake here pretty soon, but let's keep an eye on God Palmer and also Max versus Crescent versus Chewy. I think that's our first train that is gonna form. God Palmer pretty close to Ernest, so let's stay with God Palmer and see how he does this in the main straight, which I think is the best place to overtake. Ernest just collecting, charging the battery, which means that God Palmer has a very interesting shot. He sees the window, but maybe is not fast enough and not close enough to make a move. So he's just gonna try to stay behind for a lap, because Ernest doesn't have a lot of battery, only 13%. Meanwhile, Palmer has 60%. He's just staying close in this lap, and he's gonna try again on the next lap. Meanwhile, we have some issues here with Ernest. Metro Killing. Yeah, there was a problem here, probably a spun. And we have a second car. We have the first safety car. I don't know who caused it or what caused this safety car. It seems that everybody is still with us. Well, first safety car of the day. Didn't happen on the first lap. It happened on lap number 4. And let's see who goes into the pits. It will be interesting to see who goes into the pits. Maybe as an opportunity to just go into mediums or hards. But I think most people who don't have damage will stay in this tire. Meanwhile, we have John Meth a drive-through penalty because he was speeding under safety car, and I think that is John's race. Like, very, very unfortunate from him. He was also carrying a penalty, so not very good. And let's see what happens here. Yeah, it's a drive-through. Metro Killing has a 5-second penalty, which I assume was for speeding in the pits. Actually, a lot of people are going into the pits. Pretty interesting. Chewy stays on track. Yeah, he has mediums. Max, did Max beat it? Yeah, Max beat it, which is pretty interesting because he was on mediums. I don't know if he had a problem with his wing, but now Chewy has a very good opportunity to be in front of the pack. Back of Donuts also recover pretty good by starting on mediums, and we need to see the tires. We really need to see the tires. Yeah, Ernest just went for a wet setup. Intermediate, I don't know, probably he made a mistake, and this is a costly mistake. This is a very, very bad mistake. Unfortunate for him, but he needs to pit again. Like, that's the only thing he can do right now. Otherwise, he's gonna have a very, very bad race. Stolly just put a set of mediums. Everybody is going mediums, except Crescent. Crescent is going softs, so interesting. And Metro Killing saying, you know what, this is gonna be my only tire for the rest of the race. And it's a good bet considering he's in 14th place. I think it's actually his only option to try to do something. Yeah, Ernest is going to the pits again. Yeah, to change, and probably he's gonna put some medium tires, but he's gonna be probably at the back of the pack. Costly mistake for Ernest, who was doing pretty good. He was in front in the first 5 places, if I remember properly. So unfortunate for him. I think he will just be even behind Metro Killing. Meanwhile, we have everybody else on mediums except for Crescent and Metro Killing. Meanwhile, John is pitting again. I think John might be pitting to retire. No, he's pitting just to have a new set of... You know what? John made a mistake, and a very bad mistake. John went to the pits thinking that he was going to be able to do his drive-through, but you cannot do the drive-through under safety car. So if what I'm saying is right, probably he made a mistake, and he's now at the back of the pack. When the race resumes, he needs to be again in the pits to do the drive-through. So this is bad. What happened with Chewy? Chewy was in the top of the... Something is happening, guys. I don't know what it is, but Chewy was in front of the pack, and now he's 7th. I don't know if he spun. I don't know what exactly happened there, but I don't see any penalties, so I don't know what's going on. But now we have Back of Donuts in front of the pack. Back of Donuts on Division 2 had an accident, restarting from safety car in first place. So let's hope that he doesn't make the same mistake again. For his sake, and because I want to see him racing, I want to see him fighting the first place and pretty good for him after being disqualified from qualifying. Now he is in front of the pack. You know, his tires might be 5 laps older than other drivers, but when it's a set of mediums, I don't think the difference will be that hard or that much. It will be interesting to know what happened with Chewy, but you know, I don't see any penalties, so I'm just gonna assume that Chewy had an incident by himself, which is really costly. Like, you know, if you make a mistake while racing, it's understandable, but making a mistake during a safety car, it's just like very, very frustrating. So Back of Donuts and Sid and Crit Plus. Back of Donuts and Crit Plus, they are teammates and they have the 1-2 right now. So it will be interesting to see if they play the team card and Crit Plus takes care of holding the rest of the field back. Safety car is in this lap, safety car in this lap, which means that everybody's getting ready. Everybody's getting ready. Let's hope nobody touches each other. Let's hope all the front wings are undamaged, because something that is really, really annoying is that safety car in this lap and somebody touches you, you touch somebody, and you just need to go to the pits and your race and your restart is ruined. So we're gonna stay with Back of Donuts and Crit Plus. Meanwhile, Fire Valero, probably, I'm gonna call him Fire, in 3rd place, and we are racing again. So very good exit from the 2 drivers. Everybody is going very good. Firebello and Stubbly, they are fighting for a position. Who comes on top? Who comes on top? Oof, Stubbly. Stubbly comes on top. I don't know if he made the overtake in track. It seems that way. Godfather also was able to pass Fire. Meanwhile, God Palmer is gonna try a move to his teammate. Good exit, but not enough. Not enough. Metro killing, multiple warnings. Has a 3-second penalty. Meanwhile, John Met will have to do a drive-through. And very good from Back of Donuts, and Tom Tom paying a visit to the grass alongside what seems to be a crescent anime. Let's go to the midfield, because Chewy is pretty close to Palmer. Actually, this is gonna be a good race. Fire Valero, God Palmer, and Chewy, they might have a good thing happening here. So let's stay with God Palmer. He's gonna try to pass his teammate, but because we don't have DRS yet, this is not a fight for today. Meanwhile, Metro Killing, I think he just DNF. Yeah, Metro Killing probably just had an incident, DNFing, and we are unable to see what happened to him. Let's stay with God Palmer for now. Stubbly also getting pretty close to Crit Plus, but for now, oof, 3 wide. The Hasses doing a bit of teamwork there, and Chewy gets in front of Fire, and God Palmer also gets in front of his teammate. So the loser of that 3 wide was Fire, unfortunate for him. Meanwhile, Crit Plus goes ahead of Godfather. Actually, no, Stubbly goes ahead of Crit Plus, and he's gonna chase Back of Donuts. Meanwhile, Godfather, I think probably Crit had a problem. Let's see how his wing is fine. Meanwhile, Crescent left the session, and we have another safety car. Another safety car where I think nobody will change tires. John Meth, I think he still needs to do his drive-through, let's say, penalties, drive-through, I think John Mev is pretty close to getting disqualified. While there's a safety car, you don't have to do your... What happened with Chewy? Chewy is going to the pits and going to soft. So probably Chewy had a problem in that 3-wide incident with God Palmer and Fire. And he's gonna go again. Now he's in the back of the pack. Soft tires, because he has to change to softs because he started on medium. Probably if he started on soft right now, the proper tire will be medium. I don't know if medium will last 23 laps. I think the answer is no. So maybe Chewy is just hoping for another safety car in the middle or at the end of the race. Stobly now is second place to go to Back of Donuts, which means that in the next restart, Back of Donuts will not have the help from his teammate Creed Plus, who is back in 4th position. Got Palmer in 5th, Fire on 6th, Brady on 7th, Top Box 8, Max in 9, a bit surprising from one of the best drivers in our league. Ernest, who had an amazing qualifying, an amazing start. I think that mistake of putting intermediate was just killer for him, and he will try to recover a little bit. His pit's name Zach. I'm gonna call him Zach. Zach, 11th place. I think he will try to be top 10 this time. John, are you trying to? John, are you trying to do your drive-through under a safety car? If so, let me tell you, that is not possible. And I don't think you are trying to change tires again. Yeah, what's the point of putting a new set of mediums? I think John is having a lot of problems trying to complete or to do his drive-through penalty. Very unfortunate from John, because in Division 2 he was very, very fast. So unfortunate. Meanwhile, Godfather has also a penalty. Let's see what type of penalty he has. 3 seconds, maybe track limits. Actually, it's track limits only. Tires, I think we will see what happens with Back of Donald, Godfather, and Quid Plus, who have now tires that are 50% older than some of the rest of the drivers. I'm very, very interesting to see what Chewy can do with a set of brand new soft tires. Safety car in this lap. Let's go with Back of Donuts and Stobly, Godfather, and Quid Plus, who will start their lap. I don't know if Quid Plus will try to play the team card. Back of Donuts slowing the pack a lot. Hopefully his tires are in the right window for the restart, and let's see how this goes. Everybody's getting ready. Everybody's pretty close. You know, they are trying to keep their tires in a good position, and Back of Donuts is going for it. He has a very good restart, a little bit of ERS, and half a second ahead of Stobly. I think is a good restart. Meanwhile, Godpalmer and Quid Plus are having kind of an overtake. Godfather gets ahead of Quid Plus. Meanwhile, Chewy goes really, really fast, and we have another incident. I think now John has been disqualified. I don't know if it was because of the drive-thru or because he had an accident at the restart. Chewy Gallegos trying to get ahead of Zach, pretty close, but they keep it clean. Maybe Zach didn't leave enough space for that overtake, but it seems that Chewy is still in the hunt. Let's stay with them for a while. because I think in the main straight, Chewy will have an opportunity to tackle. Meanwhile, John has left the session. A very, very bad race for him. Unfortunate circumstances. And I think that drive-through penalty just killed him. Chewy is still trying to hunt Zack. Let's see if he can do something in the main straight. Meanwhile, Stubbly and Godfather might have an opportunity to take each other. Chewy is really trying to go for it, and he just does it, and he stays ahead. Let's see how Crit Plus is just being passed by Topbox. Godfather and Stubbly are gonna have a very good fight in the next laps. Godfather putting a lot of pressure on Stubbly. Meanwhile, Bag of Donuts is trying to get out of that DRS from Stubbly, and I think Stubbly fighting Godfather is gonna help Bag of Donuts. Meanwhile, Chewy up to 10th. Brady pretty close to Crit Plus, but for now I think we need to stay with Godfather, God Palmer, and Stubbly. And I think as soon as DRS is enabled again, we will have a very good fight for second and third position. Max Stars trying to go after Brady. Max Stars is very good, and also sometimes he's very aggressive, so maybe he will try something in this main straight. Let's see how he does. If he's not trying anything, he's saving ERS for now. So let's go with Brady, who's trying to go after Crit Plus. Nothing changed in this main straight. Stubbly pretty close to Bag of Donuts, so whatever gap Bag made in the restart, he just lost that because of DRS. He was unable to stay out of DRS from Stubbly, and now Stubbly's in the hunt. The good thing for Bag of Donuts is that also Godfather and God Palmer are in the hunt for the first positions, and that's a pretty good race that we have right now. Godfather tried something on Stubbly but back out, which was, I think, the right thing to do. The first four people are pretty close. We need to see what happens here. Yeah, sometimes the camera doesn't help, but let's see, because right now, yeah, Godfather got past God Palmer and we didn't see it. Thanks for the broadcast. But let's stay with God Palmer, because he might come back at Godfather, and he is gonna try. He doesn't have DRS, I think he does. Yeah, he has DRS, but Godfather also has DRS. Meanwhile, Stubbly, I didn't see this. Stubbly just went ahead of Bag of Donuts, probably in the main straight DRS. Meanwhile, Chewy gets a 3-second penalty, and pretty good from Stubbly. I think Stubbly has the raw pace to just drive and try to get out of the DRS from the rest of the field. Meanwhile, Godfather trying to get at Bag of Donuts. I don't know if right now. Oof, let's see that train. Bag of Donuts, Godfather, and God Palmer. They are pretty close out of each other, and Stubbly just made a gap of 1.5 seconds. Amazing raw pace from Stubbly. Which is forcing Bag of Donuts, Godfather, and God Palmer to use ERS. God Palmer not using that much, but I think in this main straight, somebody's gonna try something. So let's see who goes and who comes on top. God Palmer trying something on Godfather, and Godfather is going to the pits. Very interesting. So now we have Bag of Donuts in second place, and Godfather is gonna try to catch him. Sorry, God Palmer is gonna try to catch him. Meanwhile, we have Ernest back in 5th place after that mistake with the tires. Chuy Gallegos in 7th after pitting in the last safety car. and Godfather is going for hearts. Interesting. God Palmer getting pretty close to the back of Donuts. We saw Chewy getting in front of Ernest. Not enough. Ernest recovers the position. So let's see how God Palmer. Ooh, did they touch? I think they touch. Which means that Topox has an opportunity on God Palmer, but not enough, and he stays behind. The fight for the second and third place is pretty solid, pretty good. Meanwhile, Chewy is gonna try to get Ernest with soft tires. He has better grip, and he might be able to overtake in the next main straight. But I need to stay with Topox because Topox is getting pretty close to God Palmer, and he is gonna try a move. He doesn't have any more ERS. Both of them have DRS, and God Palmer is gonna get back of Donuts. Yeah, he just did. Sorry if you missed that. And Chewy also got Ernest, as we were hoping for. So pretty solid race for God Palmer. Back of Donuts has to concede third position, and I think here is just the tires probably hurting a little bit to Back of Donuts. I think right now Back of Donuts needs to hope for a safety car, which probably will be amazing for Chewy, who is back in fifth position. Topox trying to hunt a Back of Donuts. Pretty close. Amazing drive from both of them. And meanwhile, Stubbly just made a 3-second gap. I think Stubbly has this race in the pocket unless we see a safety car, or unless he makes a mistake. Topox getting pretty close to Back of Donuts, but Chewy also getting close to Topox. So let's see how this battle goes ahead. Let's stay with Chewy. Chewy is pretty close to Topox, and with soft tires, he might make a move in the main straight. Goes DRS, opens DRS. He doesn't use the ERS. I think Topox might be using ERS to defend, but everything stays the same because Topox also had DRS. Ooh, there was an accident there. I don't know if it was a touch or a spin, but Topox now is down to 8. So most likely this is the time for him to pit, and Chewy is in 4th place. Meanwhile, where's Max? Max is down to 12. We haven't seen a lot from Max in this race, so not the race that he was hoping for. Meanwhile, Chewy is attacking Back of Donuts, and I think right now in this particular battle, the tires are gonna play a very important role. And I will say that in the main straight, Chewy will have a very good opportunity to overtake Back of Donuts. Ernest is staying close to both of them, trying to see if something happens, he will pick up the pieces. And Chewy ERS in the last corner, probably gonna try DRS, and yeah, I also think Ernest might have a shot at overtaking Back of Donuts. We see Chewy overtaking and also Ernest overtaking Back of Donuts. So Chewy is back in 3rd place, which is a pretty good for pitting under safety car. I think the race is gonna start to settle a little bit. Back of Donuts, I think he might wait a couple of laps to see if there's a safety car for him to pit. If not, he will need to go to the soft tire, probably because he started on medium. Still pretty good recovery from being disqualified. Ernest getting close to Chewy, but I think he's just gonna follow him. I don't think there's something Ernest can do with Chewy being in soft tires, although tires 8 laps old, they start to lose grip eventually. and that's when the mediums, it's a better opportunity. Bag of Donuts with some DRS to get close to Ernest, really. Meanwhile, we see Godfather trying to recover, getting close to Tum Tum. Probably they will be able to do something in this main straight. I will think it's an easy pass for Godfather, but let's wait. I think he wasn't close enough at the beginning of the straight, and he wasn't. Oh! Tum Tum goes out of track, and yeah, Godfather just say thank you very much, I'll take that. Okay, so let's see the penalties. 3 seconds. Everybody who has penalties is 3 seconds, except for Fire, who has 5 seconds, which I'm gonna guess it's because he was speeding in the pits. Position change, we see that, but for now we can stay with tires for now. Chewy getting in the DRS zone for God Palmer, so he's gonna try to get close to him and maybe try a move in 1 or 2 laps. Meanwhile, Bag of Donuts, as we said, is going to the pits. Maybe he was waiting for a safety car, but didn't happen, and he needs to put the softs and see how much he can do. What is good is that if there's a safety car, he will be able to recover some positions. Meanwhile, Zach is attacking Brady, and they are staying just one ahead of the other. There was no move made here. Chewy Gallegos just made a move in God Palmer. Sorry that we missed that. And I think that was in, yeah, that DRS, the second DRS that not many people used to overtake. Chewy went for it, and now Chewy is second place. But Chewy needs to build a 3-second gap at least if he wants to maintain that position. And also, soft tires in 10 laps, I think we all can agree he will need to pit anytime soon. I don't know if you can do more than 15 laps on soft tires in Portugal. Meanwhile, God Palmer is gonna try to get close to him and, you know, have a bit of payback. Meanwhile, Zach getting pretty close to Brady. I think Zach was not that aggressive on that move, and decided that it's okay staying behind Brady, at least for this lap. God Palmer trying to stay pretty close to Chewy. I think if God Palmer is able to be half a second. Meanwhile, what happened here? Let's see, Max and Bag of Donuts went ahead of Top Box. I didn't see what happened, but I think we need to stay with God Palmer to see how close he can get to Chewy. Nine-tenths of a second, so he will have DRS. He's trying to get into the DRS, and I think he will get DRS. Meanwhile, what's pretty funny or pretty interesting is that Chewy is closing the gap to Stubley. I don't know if Stubley had a mistake, but what was a gap of 3 seconds now is a 2-second gap, and Chewy has to pit. Chewy pits, and let's see what happens with him. He will go for another set of soft tires, and hopefully for him, he will be around 10th place when he comes back into the track. Meanwhile, Stubley and God Palmer, they have the same tires, the same wear on the tires, so at least the same, you know, laps on those tires. We don't know if the wear is the same or not. Chewy Gallegos, pretty good exit in the pits. He's in 5th, and he is just right now, let's say, the first of the rest, because here we can see that everybody who is in the mediums with 16 or 17 laps old, they are running the show, with Stubley just being, you know, ahead of got Palmer by 2.5 seconds, and then we have, you know, everybody just in 2 or 3 seconds of distance. Here Godfather is gonna follow Chewy. I don't think Godfather will have the tires to attack Chewy very soon, but we never know. Stubbly, what happened with Stubbly? He's going to the pits. So this means that everybody who is at the top will go for a stop, and they will go for a set of softs, which puts Chewy and Ernest in a very, very good position, especially Chewy, because he pitted like 1 or 2 laps before. So let's see. Stubbly is getting out, and Chewy pretty close, 1.3 seconds. So very, very smart decision from Chewy to just went into the pits 1 or 2 laps ahead of the rest of the pack. Meanwhile, got Palmer, he's gonna try to build the gap. I think if he tries to pit in this lap, the undercut might be a bit too powerful for Chewy, and it might be complicated for God Palmer to be in a good position after pitting for soft tires. Let's see if God Palmer pits. It will be interesting to see if he or Zach go to the pits. No, not in this time. Zach also stays on track. And they are going to try to build a gap. And maybe in 2 or 3 laps they will pit, and they will have like super fresh soft tires for the end of the race. Or maybe they decide to stay like that with soft tires, and it will be Stubbly's hard work to just catch God Palmer. Meanwhile, here we see that Max Stars is going to the pits, and that puts Brady up front of him. Stubbly has a 12-second gap that he needs to cut. Meanwhile, God Palmer, I'm starting to believe that God Palmer might wanna just finish the race in this set of tires. I don't remember if he started on softs. If he did, then probably he has an opportunity to just take care of the tires, and let's hope that Stubbly doesn't have enough time to recover 12 seconds. Let's see what happens here, and he stays on track. Zach also stays on track. Yeah, he stays on track. So I'm starting to believe they are going to the end on this set of mediums. Meanwhile, Stubbly, I think he might be able to cut like 2 seconds per lap. Let's see how he does. Right now he sets the fastest lap, 118.8, and he was 1.6 ahead of 11.6, sorry, ahead of Zach. Let's see how close he can get at the end of the lap. Meanwhile, God Palmer doing his thing. Bag of Donuts chasing Godfather. Bag of Donuts might have a shot. He has fresher tires and also soft versus hard. Let's see ERS and Godfather, 14 versus 16. I think this is going to be a very, very equal battle. And let's see how they do. Probably the remaining of this lap, Bag of Donuts will try to stay pretty close to Godfather and make a move on the main straight. Meanwhile, Stubbly is closing the gap, very good. Let's see at the end of the lap how much he closed the gap. He was 11.6. He will end up at 9.6 probably. Let's see. 9.8. So around 2 seconds per lap. So it's gonna be pretty interesting to see if he has the opportunity to recover his first position. Meanwhile, Chewy following pretty close. Bag of Donuts still following Godfather. Maybe in this new DRS zone he might have a shot. With soft tires you have better grip. So let's see if he tries a move here. He doesn't. He waits probably for the main straight or for a mistake from Godfather. Meanwhile Max, although he's not having the best race of the season, he just set the fastest lap of the race. Stubbly, 8 seconds and counting. It will be pretty interesting to see how he does and how he tries to recover his first place, which also was pretty smart from God Palmer. I think he realized that his only opportunity to win the race is to stay with this set of mediums. Bag of donuts, I think he's gonna try the move. He has to try the move in this straight DRS open, ERS, whatever he has left of ERS, he's using it. And will that be enough? He goes for the move, and yeah, wasn't enough, and now he needs to build some ERS. I don't know if this was his only shot, but for the sake of the race, let's hope not. Right now he will stay behind and try to fight on the next lap. For now, I think this is the only fight that we have on track. The battle for 5th place, Godfather versus Bag of Donuts. Meanwhile, we know Stubbly is, in hammer time, trying to catch the leaders. It's just somewhere around 13 seconds to get God Palmer. So I think God Palmer has a very good opportunity to win the race, because we have only 4 laps left. So unless God Palmer doesn't make a mistake, he will be the winner. Meanwhile, Bag of Donuts is gonna try again. No ERS, only DRS. He's gonna make the move. He tries to make the move. Godfather tries to defend a little bit, wasn't enough, and Bag of Donuts. Ooh, great recovery from. Oh no, come on. I think Godfather just pushed Bag of Donuts out of the track, and I think he had to concede the position again. He makes the move again. This fight is hard, and let's see who ends in front. Whew. I told you this was a good fight for 5th place. Very good fight. I think overall it was a clean fight, but at some point I thought Godfather pushed Bag of Donuts out of the track. We will see if we have a ticket for this and the stewards reported and the stewards look into it, but the result is that Bag of Donuts is in front of Godfather. Meanwhile, we have, I think Topox had a problem. No. So who had a problem? We have a safety car. I don't know what happened. And this is hard. This is very bad for God Palmer. This is very bad for Zach. A safety car with 3 laps left. Stubbly has everything for his set of soft tires with only 5 laps off. This is pretty good. Godfather going to the pits. I think Godfather probably needs a new wing. Let's see. No, he just changed tires because he's gonna try to do something here. God Palmer needs to stay on track. Zach needs to stay on track, and they somehow need to defend Stubbly, who has right now a very good opportunity. Very unfortunate safety car. I really don't know what was the cause of that safety car, but right now Stubbly has an amazing chance to recover his position. Also Chui has a very interesting opportunity, although 3-second penalty. I think Chui will have to settle for 4th place, because even if he overtakes on track some of the people ahead of him, I don't think he will be able to build a 3-second gap. So I think these penalties will hurt him. Very, very unlucky for Bag of Donuts, who got a penalty when Godfather pushed him out of the track. So I don't know if... Oh! So God Palmer went to soft. So God Palmer and Zach went to soft. They kind of accepted that Stubley was very, very, very in a good position to overtake them, and decided to play it safe, to not defend, and to fight. Very, very smart, I think, now that I look into it, because with Chewy having a 3-second penalty, God Palmer has a chance to, you know, accept second place. And if he stayed on track, he had like the odds were not in his favor to stay ahead of Stubley. So I think this was one of those decisions that you accept reality. You know that if you stay in the mediums, you have no chance against Stubley. But if you stay in the mediums, you also have no chance against some other drivers. So maybe God Palmer said, you know what, I settled for second place. I settled to have a chance to fight for first place, because staying in first in a set of mediums will give you almost no chance for any type of place. So Stubley looks like he ghosted out. I don't know how or why. Who is the Alpine? Okay, I'm not so sure what happened there. Stubley is in the Williams, so no problems with him. Chewy, also the restart is gonna happen right now. God Palmer, he has to stay pretty close. I think it's a bad marker. I think it's TomTom. I think TomTom is getting in the way of God Palmer and Chewy. That is very good for Chewy. But now Chewy has 8-second penalty. I don't know how. I don't know what happened. Maybe he touched somebody under safety car. But we are on the restart. And amazing restart from Stubley. Chewy now with 8-second penalty. I don't think he has a shot. Let's see how God Palmer is able to get ahead of Chewy, if he can do this on track and have a chance to get Stubley. Stubley just going for it. We have a yellow flag, but I don't think we will have a safety car because we have only 2 laps left. So, yeah, God Palmer with a new set of tires. Let's see how he does this. God Palmer chasing Chewy. We are unable to see the interval, and we are unable to see, you know, who is behind who and the distance. Unfortunate. But let's try to figure it out, because I think God Palmer has a chance to get after Chewy. Also, we have a problem with Godfather, but we need to stay with God Palmer. So I think Godfather just DNF. Again, we will not see a safety car on the last laps of the race. And pretty interesting. I think Godfather will get the second place for sure. But it's not only because of the penalties. Godfather has left the session. So yeah, DNF for him. And we are on the last lap. On the last lap for God Palmer, Stubley first and second place. Chewy with an 8-second penalty, unless he creates a ticket and the stewards look into it, because I think there was contact on their safety car. And I don't know if it was his fault or he just got attacked from somebody from behind. But God Palmer with a fresh set of tires is gonna try to do something against Stubley. I don't think it will be possible, but let's see how he does this. Meanwhile, I think Zach will be able to get third place because of the penalties of Chewy and Bag of Donuts. Zach overtakes Bag of Donuts, which kind of puts him in the third place, and pretty good exit in the last corner. Got Palmer getting pretty close, and not enough. Stobly wins the Portugal Division 1 race. Got Palmer second place. Zach goes to third because of the penalties. Crit Plus goes to fourth also because of the penalties. Back of Donuts is fifth. Ernest sixth. Three Gallegos, because of that 8-second penalty, goes back to 7. And then we have Brady, Topox, Max, who didn't have the best race. I still believe he is one of the potential candidates to win. And also, actually, he makes the fastest lap. So at least 1 extra point for him. Meanwhile, Fire Valero, or again, I'm just calling him Fire, 11th place. And Tum Tum, who got lap, he finished in 12th. Godfather, Crescent, and Metro Killing, alongside John, were unable to finish, but very good finish. I think God Palmer, if he had an extra lap in this race, he would have had a shot to get Stobly. Unlucky that safety car for God Palmer. I think he stayed on track. You know, that was the right decision until the safety car, and then basically that changed everything. And Stobly, which he put the work. He actually, in most part of the race, he was the first place, so he truly deserves that first place. I think it was a good race. Thank you everybody for watching, for hearing all my mistakes or all my wrong pronunciations probably, but you know, it was a good race. Division 1, Portugal. GG to everybody. Goodbye.